Hello everybody, we're still talking about this Suesmith, Stef, the alternerd, Paula M catfight, whatever it is. Today we're talking about non-apologies, and I'm going to link in the description below. I'm going to link to both Sue's post live video and also Stef's. Now Stef calls hers an apology, so we'll look at hers first, because Sue's does not call hers an apology. She just says update on yesterday's live. Okay, and I'm going to play just a small snippet from each of them, and then we're going to read the cards and see what the cards have to say. Are these really apologies, or are they just cross because they got a backlash? Let's have a look. Oh, let's pull a couple of cards first. We'll clear this energy. Don't want to put any suggestion into the cards. This is my goddess deck, so let's see. Pull. Oh dear. Sanctuary. They just want to run and hide. They've made a mistake. They probably realize they've made a mistake. Maybe that's what Suesmith was talking about when she said, nothing like this has ever happened to me in all my years in YouTube. Well, yeah. And see the bunny is hiding away. And all these horses. Oh, looks like that guy's actually got a... Has he got an arrow? Or a lance? And these guys have got trumpets. I think... Oh, sorry, I took it off the camera. These guys have got trumpets, and I think what this is the trumpets were the big announcements. We're going to expose somebody, and then he's got a bow or a lance or something, some kind of weapon, and they were basically beating the bushes, hyping it up, hoping that they could get Paula M to quit YouTube. I'm just reading the cards. This is nothing is fact. Yeah, interesting, very angry fighting kind of energy at the top there. This is my goddess deck. Most of the cards in here are very positive, and that's why I decided to start with the goddess deck, because it's generally very positive. But yeah, they wanted to chase Paula M off YouTube, but in the end they feel like they're the ones that need to seek sanctuary. I'll pull one more and then we'll get on to some of the videos. Ooh. Intuition, inner wisdom. Very, very beautiful card. Yeah. After the fact, they knew it wasn't a wise thing to do. But then let's look at these apologies and why I call them non-apologies. So let's have a look at Stef first. And to the person who complained and said, oh, you need a better setup, be more professional. I'm not a professional. I just pull cards because I love the cards, and I like talking about stuff, and people enjoy what I produce. I'm not a professional. I don't earn a single cent out of this. One time somebody bought me a coffee because he was thankful that I'd done a free reading for him. That's it. That's the only money I've ever got. And if you see adverts before or after or whatever around my videos, YouTube puts those adverts on, not me. YouTube gets all the ad revenue from those adverts. I earn absolutely nothing from this channel. And I have not even put my Buy Me a Coffee link to any of these Suesmith, Stef, the alternerd, Paula M videos. I have not done that. That's not why I'm doing it. It's just, if somebody says that they want people to act with integrity, then that somebody needs to own up to it if they haven't acted with integrity, or if they've made a mistake. Look, I don't think Sue and Stef, well, in relation to the issue of the birth certificate, because that's the only part of their live that I've actually seen, in relation to the issue of the birth certificate, I don't think they were malicious and deliberately set out to deceive people, but that was the effect of what they did. They've got a massive platform, and so they need to use their platform wisely. So, yeah, be wise, be wise. They've got a lot of power. They reach a lot of people. And so it was incumbent on them to double check their information. And if they just scroll down the page a little bit more, they would have seen why they were completely wrong about the issue of the birth certificate, and why anybody is entitled to apply for a birth certificate. Go back and see. I'll try and link it, the other video about the birth certificate. I'll link it at the end anyway. Okay, so here is Stef. I'll give her credit. She says apology, and she says a public apology, both to Paula M and to you, presumably the audience. And she has kept her comments on. And some of the comments have been unfair, some of the comments have been just angry, some of the comments have been disappointed, but good on her. I think she's shown a bit of gumption. She's called this an apology, and she's left the comments on. But the thing that I have an issue with is she says she stands by what she said. So let's listen.
And even though I have issues with Paula M's reporting and stand by what I said in that stream, I do understand the main criticism, which is I should have spoken to Paula first.
Is it? Is that the main criticism? I don't know. I wasn't on the live. My main criticism is don't call somebody a liar and say they're doing something potentially illegal by requesting a birth certificate when they're perfectly entitled to request the birth certificate. That's my issue. And she goes on.
So I would like to first publicly apologise to Paula M for the way I went about all of this. Paula, I am sorry.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
I've also privately apologised to her, and I've explained that out of respect for her, I have taken down the stream.
That's interesting because on Sean Edwards' channel, Paula said, if you stand by what you said about me, put your live stream back up. Let everybody see what you said. Don't hide behind it and take it down. If you truly stand behind it, put it back up. And if you don't stand behind it, well, then let people know you don't stand behind it.
I would also like to apologise for anyone that I've disappointed and let down.
Okay, and the rest of it is a little bit woe is me. Actually, she does say one other thing that I admire her for.
Now, for those trying to drag and deceive...
Oh, not that part. Nah.
Sorry for anyone I have disappointed and let down. Now, for those trying to drag and deceive...
It's not that. Goodness.
My intention was not to come across as a mean girl or anything else of that nature. Far from it. However, this is how it has come across. So again, I'm sorry for anyone I have disappointed and let down.
So that's the part I thought was pretty good. She understands that it came across badly, and she's apologised for that, but she has not apologised for what she said, and she stands by it. Even though, as you go and watch my other video, my previous video, about the birth certificate, quite clearly on the issue of the birth certificate, when they said she didn't have a legal right to get the birth certificate, they were completely wrong. She had every legal right to apply for the birth certificate. An informational copy, not the other kind. So they were wrong, and they should have said they were wrong. I don't know. To me, this is just, I'm sorry that you all got cross. And it's kind of like that one in the Olympics, when the Olympics committee, when they did that, what was it? The opening, and they apologised for the opening, and instead of apologising properly, they said, I'm sorry if you got offended. They didn't apologise for what they did. They apologised that people might have got offended. Okay, so the first thing we notice about Sue's post-debacle video, which everybody's calling an apology, it does not say apology. It says update on yesterday's live. And she does not apologise in this video. So people who are saying, leave her alone, she apologised. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. She said, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Anyway, she says her intentions were good, so let's hear her out.
Live yesterday, nothing. The live was meant to protect the integrity of the megxit community, people who do really good research and really try to be honest and open, and it went sideways. So there is a lot.
That sounds to me like we want to be the saviors of the megxit YouTube community, and we wanted to save you from Paula, who we think is not honest and doesn't do proper research, and we still think that, and we're sorry that you didn't understand that. That's what it kind of sounds like to me.
A lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that you're unaware of.
Okay, well, she's kind of looking at you like, oh, you're a bit of an idiot. I accept that. There's stuff going on behind the scenes that we're not aware of. But what's going on behind the scenes with a birth certificate where you said she didn't have a right to request it when she actually did?
A lot that you're unaware of, but I'm going to take accountability for my part.
Yep, and how does she do that?
I can't think of another time in the life.
She's going to tell you that she's never been involved in anything like this self-serving nonsense. Now we're further down the video, and again she repeats.
I mean, I'm not going to say, well,
she
this
said,
person me, because I don't think that I have been. I guess my point is, there's a lot going on since I've started this channel that I've ever been involved in anything like this. I don't think I ever have been. Have I? If I have, please remind me, because I don't think that I have been. I guess my point is, there's a...
So I falsely accused somebody of improperly requesting a birth certificate, but it's okay, because it's my first time. That's what I'm hearing there.
A lot going on behind the scenes that a lot of people are unaware of.
So this is the second time. There's so much going on behind the scenes that you peasants out there couldn't possibly understand.
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say...
Nobody wants to know who your sources are. Although it is ironic that one of her criticisms of Paula M is that Paula doesn't reveal her sources. So, no, it's good that Sue is not going to reveal her sources. We don't want to know. But they don't criticize somebody else for doing the same thing, though. And then she goes on about, I'm sorry if I've disappointed you, and all the people who rang to see if I was okay, I am okay. You're still not saying I'm sorry for the things I said. Okay, listen to a little bit more of Sue's audio here. She does say something at the end which is interesting. So most of the rest of her apology is talking about herself. She does send her condolences to Paula on the loss of her mother.
For me, there was no ill will, no ill intent.
Well, it doesn't matter. If you drive recklessly and kill somebody, you might not have intended to kill them, but you still go to jail.
And it's done. And
now, this is the most crazy thing. Listen to this.
And I have reached out to Paula privately, because this really is between me, Stef, and Paula.
Really? If it's between you, Stef, and Paula, why did you go on YouTube and make all those proclamations? So I think that was a very honest thing that she said. It's between me, Stef, and Paula. But unfortunately, once you put it on YouTube, it's no longer between you, Stef, and Paula, is it? Okay. Green with envy. Green with envy. Okay, cards, tell us about this apology. I think this envy, jealousy card is that Stef and Sue were very surprised that some people stuck up for Paula. Very surprised. And they might even have been a little jealous of the support that Paula had. Now remember, I'm not supporting Paula, I'm not supporting Sue, I'm not supporting Stef, and I'm not against any of them. I'm reading the energy and the cards. If you don't like it, then this might not be the right video for you to watch. Oh, Candy Cane Angel. These cards are so clever. What this means for me is, see the candy cane? So Stef and Sue are giving us these little apologies, which are really not apologies, because they didn't say, sorry I called you a liar. Sorry I said that you breached the law by getting that birth certificate when that anybody could actually apply for a birth certificate. If they'd said that, that would have been an apology. But what they're doing is they're putting, so Stef's video has got the word apology in the title. Sue didn't even bother with that. They're trying to whitewash it now. They're trying to give us a little treat, a little sweet treat, to make us think that they are sorry for what they did, without actually saying sorry. I don't understand. What is so hard about saying, I screwed up, I shouldn't have done it? I've taken it down because I do not stand by what I said. Stormy Angel. Collision of beliefs, styles, attitudes, and energy. Well, it certainly has been stormy, hasn't it? Certainly has blown up the YouTubers, that's for sure. Oh dear. And this card has come out. I think this is the third reading I'm doing on this debacle, and it's the third time it's come out. And so basically, the YouTubers who were making allegations against Paula M have now, well, this whole thing has resulted in a lot of their ardent followers no longer wanting to follow them. Particularly when you say, you should do better research. And if you scroll down the page, it would show you. So yeah, I'm getting from this card is that the apology really is just to try and do a bit of damage control. It's, again, don't at me. I'm just telling you what the card is telling me. If you don't agree, I'm sorry. And you're welcome to tell me in the comments if you don't agree. Or if you do agree. So what I'm getting from this card is that they're doing it because they want people to still see them as the pretty girls and not as this wasted away skeleton. It's damage control is what I'm seeing. I didn't really hear anything sincere in those apologies other than, well, the so-called apologies, other than, thank you for reaching out to me. Okay. Clockwork. This is all part of the game, part of the process. So many YouTubers do this. They do something and it upsets their subscribers. They lose thousands of subscribers and then they come along with an apology. Well, the proof is in the pudding and we will see by the actions and how they continue. But so far, this apology's been pretty hollow. Hollow like this pumpkin. See? The pumpkin is hollow. What else do the cards tell us about the apology? The Angel of Death. Now, similar cards to what came out in my last reading about why Paula was entitled to apply for a death certificate. But when I finish, every time I finish, what I do is I put the cards back in like this. So when I shuffle them, if they come out, I put them in different places, completely different places, not even in the same place. This is what I do whenever I finish a read. So that's what I did when I finished the previous read. So for these cards to come back out next to each other is a very, very strong read to me. Alrighty. Cards, what else can you tell us about these apologies? Am I being too harsh? Are they really sincerely sorry? I don't know how you can be sorry if you don't actually say I'm sorry. They said I'm sorry if I've disappointed you. What the hell does that mean? Can you not say, I'm sorry, I made a mistake and I shouldn't have said that? And then that's the opposite of what Stef said. Stef said, I stand by what I said. So the people that were at me in the comments of my previous video, that I should just leave them alone because they've apologized, I do not believe they have apologized. Yep, the horse has bolted. Even if the apology is 100% sincere, damage has been done. Damage has been done not only to Paula's reputation, but to Stef and Sue's reputation as well. So the apology is too little too late. And for Sue to say, it's between me, Stef, and Paula. If it was between you, Stef, and Paula, why did you put it on YouTube? Why didn't you speak to her first? And Paula confirmed on the Sean Atwood show that she did not get contacted by either Sue or Stef prior to them doing that live. One of them said they tried to contact Paula but didn't get a call back. Well, Paula was burying her mother, so that is probably why she didn't get a call back. But yeah, if it's between the three of you, and that's what Stef said in her video, the way she handled it, she should have gone and approached Paula privately. Well, then they wouldn't have got all those views, would they? Anyway, Chameleon, this one here came out in the previous reading as well about this subject, but I'm getting a different energy from this. This energy is more, we see YouTubers in the way that they want to present themselves, but they might be something different. So they might be showing us one side of themselves and not the other side. But unfortunately for Sue and Stef, this whole debacle has shone a light on some rather unsavory aspects, shall I put it that way. This is a very strong card, a lot of strength in this card. Here are the bisons in the front, just crushing ahead, rushing ahead without worrying about the consequences. They might have thought, oh, well, if we get anything wrong, we'll just apologize later. That's kind of the energy I'm getting off this card. And also getting from this lady here is, well, we only did it to keep the megxit YouTube community safe and to protect the integrity of the community. So we were entitled to do what we wanted because we didn't intend to cause any harm. Okie dokie. This is my batshit crazy card. And I've seen some posts and some videos from some others who said, I knew this was coming. They invited me to be part of it, but I told them it was crazy and I told them not to do it. I can't remember who said that. I saw at least 2 other people that said that. And whether or not they saying the truth or not, I don't know. But if they had stopped to think about it, they would have realized that this was a really crazy move. Look at this big icy polar bear. Their reputation has been all frosted up, and now they're trying to protect themselves against the onslaught. This is the thing that aggravates me. They were very happy to imply that Paula M had done something contrary to the law in ordering that birth certificate. And I keep going on about the birth certificate because that's the only part of the live I actually got to see because they took the rest down. So they thought that they were in a good position to do this. But now they've painted Paula M as this terrible creature who doesn't do research, who doesn't know what she's doing, and people are not having a good reception to what they said. Now they're trying to prevent a backlash coming on them. So they felt entitled to look very critically at what Paula M did, but they don't want us now to look critically at what they did. That's the thing. If you're going to judge somebody else, be open to judgment. I'm opening myself up to judgment. If you think my videos are unfair, fair enough. Tell me in the comments. I'm reading the cards and I'm telling you what they said and what the official government website said. The website that they were actually on during their live. As you can see in that intro part. Oh, beaver, working away. So I get that they're working away to try and restore their reputations, because of course this read is all about the apologies. What else about the apology? They're stubborn and they're bullheaded and they don't think they did anything wrong. Absolutely don't think they did anything wrong. They feel that they were there, they did not intend to cause harm, and therefore they were quite entitled to do what they did. That's what I'm getting the energy from this card. Don't at me. I'm not making this up. This is what this card is telling me. What else about the apology? Sharks. See, there's a shark and there's a mermaid. So they know they came across very poorly in that live. Many people saw them as sharks and they want us to go back to loving them and thinking that they were the mermaids. Now, I don't watch these people all the time, so I'm not privy to the ins and outs of everything that everybody's done. But I watch Suesmith quite a lot, and I've always enjoyed her videos. Sometimes she asks a bit much about, she hints about her Amazon wish list a bit much. But other than that, I've enjoyed her content. But unfortunately, she's now revealed a rather unsavory side of herself. And Steph, I don't know, she's always been begging for the sugar bucks, and that's fine. Her channel, she can do what she wants. But it's just not my thing. Couple more, and then we'll get another deck, and then we'll close out. Oh, orchestrated. The apology was orchestrated. I cannot understand how they think that anybody is going to fall for that apology, and yet many people do. Many people say, oh, they've apologized, leave them alone. Well, no. If you say, I'm sorry I let you down, or I'm sorry you felt as though I let you down, that's not an apology. An apology is, in fact, let me Google it. Let me Google what an apology is. It's a regretful acknowledgement of failure. An expression of regret. So yeah, they're kind of expressing regret, but they're not expressing regret about what they said on the live, and that was the issue. They stand by their words. They wanted to make YouTube a safer place. There you go. There you go. Oh, I love these cards. They wanted to be the queen bees. They wanted to be the ones to control the narrative. I'm reading what the card says. This is not my opinion. This is the energy I'm getting from the card. Okay, so don't at me if you don't agree with me. So from this card, it's telling me they wanted to be the queen bees. They wanted to be in charge of the megxit community. They didn't want the spotlight to move off them and onto Paula, who was getting some crazy stories produced out there. Yeah, they just wanted to be the queen bees. They wanted to be the top of the pile when it came to reporting on Meghan and Harry. Oh, cards are so clever. Now, I'm not saying any of this as fact, okay? I'm just a little oracle card reader. I don't get paid for this. I don't get money for this. Yeah, I'm just reading what the cards tell me, and I'm going to get another deck. We'll do underlying energy, and we'll 2 cards and then underlying energy. Okay, so what do you guys think of these apologies? Do they ring true to you? Am I being too harsh? The fact that Steph said this is an apology, because she did. She said, this is an apology. I apologize to you if I let you down. Not I apologize to you because I said a lot of crap that may or may not have been true. I don't know. The only thing I know about is the birth certificates thing, and that was false. So that's the only thing I can go on. At least that thing, they should have said, we misunderstood what the law was. We shouldn't have said what we said. That would have been the honourable thing to do. Okay, tell us about the apology. 2 cards and an underlying, and we're going to leave it there. Please leave me your comments. Let me know if I'm gone crazy. Yeah, it's a very unusual situation. So like if you do, and subscribe if you haven't, please. What is this? Rise above. Yeah, and this is the thing. Now they're saying they want to rise above everything. Now they're saying it's a private issue between us and Paula. Now they're saying they don't want to disparage anybody. But they've already done it. You know, they've disparaged somebody. Now they don't want to be subject to the same scrutiny. Oh, healing the past. Okay, it's going to need to be some forgiveness and some. It might take some time. And some wounds will never heal. They'll get back some of their subscribers, but some of their subscribers are never going to come back. And the underlying, this came out in the previous energy. And I swear, when I've finished with the cards, I always put them back like this. This is how I put them back. So when I get the cards, and these same 3 cards came out in the previous reading. When I get the same 3 cards, I don't know how this is how I shuffle them. I don't know how they come out. And I took 2 from the top and I took 1 from the bottom. So... yeah, I can't remember what they were now because I put them back in. One was about healing, and let me just find them again. There you go, I found them. I just wanted to show you how I put them back. So these came out in the previous reading, and now they come out again. So whenever, as a card reader, whenever the same cards come out more than once, it's a very, very strong reading, and we need to really... take specific or particular notice of it. And it's interesting that they claimed that they were telling the truth when the only scrap of video we still have left of that live shows that they misunderstood what the law was. And yeah, my title said liars. I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt that they misunderstood. But then don't say, we're trying to protect you all, you viewers who are ignorant. We're trying to protect you all from people who don't do proper research when they themselves didn't do proper research. So there's that for what it's worth. What else? And I'm just getting a little bit more from this rising above. If you think that you're on a pedestal and you're above everybody else, then that could cause some problems. You put somebody else under scrutiny, and you can't now say, oh, it's a private matter. Don't dig into it. It's a private matter between us. You raised this issue. And it was hyped up for a week before. You raised this issue. So now people are entitled to look and see how much of the truth you told and how much of the truth you didn't tell. And yes, there needs to be healing. People need to get over it. People need to move on. But understand that it's not for you to tell them when they need to move on. People heal and move on at their own pace in their own time. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for listening, and I will see you next time. Oh, I've got a live coming up on Saturday where I'm doing free readings. If you want to join that, that's great. I've got a a scheduled thingamabob up on my channel. That'll tell you when. And I do free readings. You just tell me what it is that you want a reading for, and we're getting quite a lot of people on the lives now, on the Saturday lives. So the readings might be quite short. Also, I do it in order of people who comment. So if you come on and you want a reading, you need to comment. Otherwise, I don't know you're there, and I can't do your free reading for you. So the moral of the story is get there early and comment early and ask for a reading early. And yeah, I'll see you all on Saturday, if not before, in some other video. I don't know what else I'm doing. What are we, Wednesday? I don't know what else I'm doing for the rest of the week. Sending you all love and blessings.